Hello and welcome back to Butterfly's Intuitive Tarot. Today we have another 3-card reading for you, and to help you decide which pack you would like to pick, we have the lovely Luna wearing her flowers. We have the beautiful Suki loving her panda, and we have Leyla who just loves everyone and is just laying on her back. Right, so I'm going to shuffle the cards and I'm going to lay down 3 packs. So to make it easier for you to pick your packs, I will put the times in the comments box so you can just skip straight through to the track that you want. Hopefully at some point I'll work out how to do a hyperlink, so fingers crossed. Okay, so pack number 1, we have the lovely Luna. Now what are the cards telling us? Well, first card is number 9, which is, if we're going by the numbers, completion and conclusions. The middle card is a new beginnings, and the end card is the moon, one of the major arcana cards. So the first card, let's look at this card. Basically, the witch is getting beaten up. Now this may be that she's the sort of person who will have an idea, will want to go for it, or may go shopping, buy something and then thinks, oh, I shouldn't have bought that, and then goes around thinking all of the reasons why they shouldn't have bought that and making themselves feel bad. At the end of the day, you'd go for a reasoning process before you actually do something. If you do something and it doesn't turn out quite how you want it, do you know what? It doesn't matter. It's not the end of the world. If we're using a shopping example, you can always return the goods. Next time you'll hopefully learn, don't buy things that you think, oh, I might return that at the end of the day, because you'll save yourself a lot of grief. If, on the other hand, there's someone there who is constantly moaning at you, constantly putting you down, and you can never please them, I feel you need to just look at your life and say, perhaps you should think about moving on. If you're not pleasing this person, do you want to put yourself through that for the rest of your life? Now, the second card is New Beginnings. Now, it's a mind card. It's a broomstick, same as the other one. So I do feel that because it's lighter down the bottom and it's a bit darker up the top, I do feel things will be lightening up for you. But I do feel that there's a change of mindset needs to occur before this happens. So it's in the middle, so you've been thinking about stuff and the seed of thought is there. And the final card, the moon card, can be around deceit, it can be around illusion, it can be around things that you just don't know. So it may be that someone's being a bit deceitful around you, or it just may be that you haven't got all of the information and someone's not giving it to you. So okay, at the end of the day, stop beating yourself up about stuff that has happened, hasn't happened, could potentially happen. We don't know. Change your mindset. So just try and get your head around a new way of thinking. Focus on the positive. But if you're trying to make a decision to move yourself forward, all of that information at the moment may not be in place, which is the moon card. So hold off for a bit, but start putting mini steps in place to change the way you think about stuff. Interesting times. We'll see what happens next week with these ones. Okay, so now we have pack number 2, which is Suki and her panda. Bless her. Okay, so what's Suki and her panda telling us? Well, basically, we have the first card here, number 6, which is supposedly love and harmony. We have a cauldron, which is a happiness card, number 8, which is prosperity and manifestation. And then we have a number 9 card, which is another cauldron, which is again conclusion. So interesting set of cards. So basically what this one is telling us, the first card is watch your money. There may be some things that are going to come in that you've either forgotten about, or they may be a bit more expensive than you think they're going to be. So if you're in any negotiations about getting work done, make sure that you know exactly what it is going to cost you. The second card here, it's a lovely card. I know we always say this, but I do like this card. It's a happiness card, and it just so happens it is around manifestation and karma. So the young girl here, she's paying the witch for a spell because she wants to be happy at the end of the day, and that is what we all are striving for. And the witch is a blooming good witch. So she's stirring her cauldron, doing a spell, and if you look at the mouth of the cave, you can see that the sun is coming up there. So if you keep focusing on all of the positive things in your life, all of the positive things that you want to do, then by the rules of the universe, they will start coming your way. And then we go on to the final card. So all of this manifestation and other bits and bobs can be a bit tiring, I suppose, and a little bit stressful. Now the final card, you can see the lady, she's just about to fall off of her donkey. Hopefully she has a nice soft landing, but you can see as well that all of the fruit is out of the cauldron. So depending on your perspective with this card, you might, if that was you, get really upset. You have a nice soft landing and all your fruit's on the floor, and the donkey turns around and looks at you. Now, you might laugh, you might cry, you might get angry. Again, it is all around perspective. So, looking at the perspective here, you could stick the fruit back in the cauldron, 3-second rule, dust your backside off and get back on your donkey. You can see the sun's coming out there and the sky's lovely and purple. So, I would urge you, try to put things into perspective. I know sometimes things are quite wearing and draining, especially if they keep coming back and back and back. But you know what? You have a voice. So use your voice to put across in a very nice way things that perhaps you should say that you don't and you just bottle up, and that's very important. If you're one of these people who finds it really difficult to say things that are upsetting you, practice. We have mirrors for a reason, and it's not just to look at how beautiful you are. So have a go at practicing, I don't like this, but in a nice way, a way that you wouldn't be offended. And if someone else is offended, sometimes, do you know what? That is their problem, it's not yours, as long as you try and put it across in a nice way. So, basically looking at these cards, watch your money, make sure you've got enough in the bank to cover your spending, and just don't go spend, which I know some people do. On the happiness side of things, if you haven't got enough money with regards to sort of card number 6, focus on the positive, focus on small steps about trying to get your money in and managing it properly, and that will make you a lot happier. Things are going to go up and down, that's life, we never have smooth running in life, so just manage your priorities, your expectations, and put things into perspective and you will be fine. Okay, so now we have pack number 3 with the lovely Leyla rolling about on her back and just loving everyone. Now the first card is a number 7, which is contemplation and faith. But it's also, looking at the picture, it is a contractual card. The second card, number 4, is foundations and hard work. And the third card, number 2, is around balance and diplomacy. So what are these cards telling us for the rest of the week? Well, the first one is someone may ask you to do something for them. Now, you can see in the picture there's a trade-off going on there. Maybe a bit aggressive. Now, if you're in a proper contract or something like that, a written contract, there may be some negotiation going on there. And because there's a lot of sort of reddy colours going on, maybe that there's getting a bit of sort of passionate about the negotiation or a little bit aggressive. If we're looking at that one, then calm things down and take your time to think about things. There is no rush at all, and if someone is trying to rush you, then do you really want to go and negotiate something or get into a contractual situation with that person? It may also be that someone wants you to look after their cat for about 2 days or something like that. But I'd be a bit careful. Just make sure you are fully aware of what they're doing, because they might go on holiday for about 6 weeks and not come back. And then you're stuck with a cat. Not that that's a bad thing. In my perspective, that's a really good thing. Now, we're looking at the second card. And the second card, you've got the lady who's sheltering from the buzzards and the blackbirds. So I always think of blackbirds as good news, and I'm assuming that's a buzzard. Perhaps they're normally, or a vulture actually, they're normally around trying to pick at the bones, aren't they? So you've got some good news there, a bit of balance actually. It could swing either way, and she's just sheltering under the rock. And the end card, again, this is a money card. You've got a couple of ladies fighting over stuff in the middle of a ring of rocks. Colours look okay, but the top colours, they do look a bit like, to me, turmoil colours. So if I was reading this as a full set of cards, I would say someone's either going to ask you to do something, or you are looking at a legal contractual situation. If you're looking at a legal contractual situation, stand back, have a look at the words, the exact clauses and everything in the document, and make sure someone professional looks over it. Make sure as well with the end card that you get exactly what you want. There's a lot of negotiation going to be going on around this contract, and you need to make sure that everything you want out of the contract is in there legally. Now, if you're applying this to a general discussion where someone wants you to do something, make sure you know what they want you to do. Have time, think about it. Don't just jump in, yeah, I'll do that, without getting the full facts. Just mull it over in your mind and then go back with a decision. But remember, be mindful of that final card. You may need to negotiate, because you want to know exactly what you are doing and not have some wafty stuff where someone's being very, very vague and you know that they're going to push the boundaries. So that's the end of the readings today. I hope you've enjoyed the readings. I hope you've enjoyed the delectable, lovely fluffies that have been introducing the packs of cards. Please subscribe to the channel. You will find out when I release a new video. Also, please like the videos, which would be lovely. And if you want to follow us on Instagram or Facebook, the details are in the comments box below. So bye for now, and see you next week.